All right, let's try this again. Listen, I just wanted to address real quick. I did a video about SEOBM, referring to basically saying that as black men, foundation black American men, that we're all we've got. And I got some pushback about that. Now, I want to be clear about what my aims are here as far as what I'm trying to not so much even promote, but I guess what I'm trying to do is advocate for thinking in an expansive way regarding to, I mean, look, I am not, and let me just reiterate this, I am not, and I had a brother that debated me this in the comments section a few times. He actually challenged me on this. He was contentious about my positions in, with the situation, saying that what I'm talking about is not SYSBM at all. Well, here's the thing. I am not against, let me just impress upon people this. I am not anti-SYSBM, not in the slightest. You do what you do, you live how you want to live, okay? Date who you want. I am not in any way trying to secretly drag any of you brothers back to the plantation, so to speak, okay? I'm just trying to promote ideas to say that, hey, listen, in our aims to try to find freedom and to actually be in a position where we go where we're wanted and celebrated, not tolerated, listen, I think that we should expand our horizon. I'm 100% in agreement with that. But what I'm saying is we need to be real about what our social reality is as far as our experience and who we are and who we identify as. And I think that's something that we should still, even if we are SYSBM, understand that that's a reality. I don't think that should affect our SYSBM status. If this is what you hold near and dear to you, that's fine. But I just say, see, with SEOBM, my proposal is to say, hey, look, I think that we should, in some ways, have a certain code or certain level of solidarity amongst black men. Particularly, I'm talking about black American men, foundational black American men. So let me just put that delineation in there in case anybody's confused. And that doesn't mean that you got to discriminate against other, blacks from other, black immigrants, things like that. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that we should have a certain level of solidarity based on our experience, just like any other group. I think that it's in our interest in regards to self-preservation of our ability to be SYSBM that we should take that in consideration. Because again, as black men in America, we understand that we've been under attack for literally centuries. Okay? People deny it, doesn't matter. We know what the reality is. We know what our experience is in this country. Nobody can tell us anything different, and nobody can live in our skin except us. And I think we should take that in consideration. And I'm talking about politically, financially, as far as networking and everything. I think that we should understand that we, as they say, there's strength in numbers. Just because you decide to do or date who you want or have families outside, that's fine. I don't think that should affect the prospect of that. All I'm proposing is that we should, all I'm advocating for is that we should look at who we are, where we are, how we got here, in order to preserve and protect our ability to be free and to do those things. We need to understand that we have adversarial forces against us, even with a lot of people. Let's be real. A lot of people don't want to be free, including black women, and we know this. So at the end of the day, we should take that in consideration. Network. Take our abilities and try to basically help each other. That's the whole aspect of SEOBM. Save each other black men. In other words, realize the importance of networking and having some connection. Doesn't mean you gotta connect with every black person or every black man on the planet. I'm saying connect with the ones you can connect with. Take that as something that's important, not that's unimportant, right? Because the battle, the battle's not over. It's not like I think that it's an unreal, idealistic thought to think that, oh, well, if I just go and marry and and get moved to another culture, that it's over. I mean, come on, you got brothers going to other countries being attacked. It's not like you leave the United States and you're free of problems. That's not the real world. So I think that we should try to network in a way to, again, look, and we can do this a lot easier probably outside the United States. You know, you have, I just think that it's a mistake to just say, well, I'm SYSBM. Guess what? I'm free. That's it, and I'm good. I just think that we understand that there are other forces that don't want us to have the freedom to do what we want. We should realize that. I think we should act in a way that is in a sense of self-preservation and self-defense. I'm just talking about even politically. I'm talking about as far as voting, as far as what we're advocating for. For example, media is talking about black men on the sly, but at the same time, they don't really want to be completely honest about what our voting power actually is. Because we know they don't want to do anything for us. They want to keep the community divided, and that's for a reason, and they want to keep operating the way they have because, dealing the egos of black women has worked out well for them for a long time, and basically not giving anything but crumbs and a pat on the head. And, then you got the black boomers who vote blue no matter who. We have to be more strategic than that. And I think that, and this is just an example, we have to show these people that, listen, the Democrats don't own our vote. And at the end of the day, we are willing to vote for any group that's willing to offer something. And we're even willing to vote for Republicans if it comes down to it. People need to understand that we're not just somebody they can just pick out as an automatic. We need to actually earn respect by being able to say no. And as a matter of fact, a very wise man on YouTube a brother has said, that if you want people to like you, say yes. If you want people to respect you, learn to say no. And we haven't done a very good job as a group of saying no to a lot. It's just certain people in our society, particularly when it comes to voting. So I think that we should be realistic and say, look, if this is going to benefit us, because we should obviously have a level of empathy for each other, right? So that means that just because we move somewhere else, listen, we're still Americans. We're still Americans. We were born Americans. We're still going to be Americans at the end of the day. Let's go to these other countries and let's be real, brothers. A lot of these other people in some of these other countries, other black, so-called black countries, don't really accept foundational black Americans like that. Okay? That doesn't mean we can't do business there. If we understand what our reality is, then we have to operate that way. And we can, take advantage of what we can. All right? Get ourselves a situation of an economic action for ourselves on some level. And I'm saying that doesn't mean it has to be, well, it has to be the community. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that. Now, some people may not agree with that idea, and that's fine. But I don't want to be misrepresented as being some slick dude that's trying to slowly get brothers to come back to the black community and get back to the table of black women. That's not relevant to me, at least not as far as what I'm talking about. Brothers, again, I'm not adverse to brothers who want to be in the black. That they can be there if it's going to work out for them. I mean, there's a few unicorns out there, I'm sure. But at the end of the day, I don't think everybody should run around looking for one either, But again, I think that we should, in reality, look to at least have a certain level of solidarity to protect us as a group, but also individually. To be able to network with other black men, other foundational American black men. Because we have a connection. And we should have a certain level of code in dealing with each other. I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think that's going to somehow bring us back on the plantation. I don't see why that has to be the case. If we can work together amicably and honorably on certain things, it can benefit us all, even in our individual endeavors. Other groups understand that. Why can't we? Why is that? Why there's such an adverse reaction to the idea of saying, hey, listen, maybe we can work together on some things that are going to benefit us as a group, even as individuals going other places, because we have still the solidarity to help back us up in regards to what we're doing somewhere else. When people understand that we have a team behind us, there's more respect than when you just go in there as an individual. People understand that you actually have something backing you. And I think that's important. I don't think we should just overlook that and get so triggered at the idea that somebody is trying to get us to go back to, the community. That's far from what my idea is. And I really hope that people will actually, in future videos, be open-minded what I'm saying. Don't think that I have any nefarious or any ulterior motive. Look, everything is out in the open. Okay, I'm gonna say what I think. I'm gonna say what I mean what I say. So at the end of the day, I just hope that you understand when I say SEOBM. All I'm saying is we should work to basically preserve ourselves in any endeavor, not because we're doing something that another one agrees with. We do it just because we're black men. We're foundation black women, and we want to have that right to do what we want, and we want each other to have that same right. Okay, by having some solid level of solidarity to make that to be a thing that's going to happen, and we have the ability to stand and fight for that as a group in that regard. I don't think that that should be a bad thing. I don't think that that should be a thing that should take you away from your own individual lifestyles. I think that actually should help to protect our individual lifestyles. It's something to think about. I'm out.